Hi, this is Mr. Gianelli with your technology tip of the week. I know it's been a long time. I was out for surgery for a few weeks and kind of backlog when I got back, and I know you guys have been dying for more of these videos. So I'm back and I'm going to start making them again. So let me just, today I'm just going to be going over Google Docs and it's part of Google Drive, but it's basically the same thing. In Google Drive, you just click on Create and you basically have the same stuff that you'd have in Google Docs, but you can access this from the Chromebooks, from laptops, from your iPad. There's an app that you can get for free. So I encourage you to basically, if you're doing any paragraph or essay writing, as much as possible, if you have access, I'd really encourage you to be using this program. All the Common Core stuff is going to be typed online, and so it's really good at getting them used to it. And there's other advantages too, which you'll see in just a second. So to start off the bat, if you're in Google Docs, you're just going to click on this little plus button. If you're in Google Drive, again, you just click Create Document. But it's basically the same thing. And this is what's going to pop up. And I've gone over this before, but I'm just going to go over a few more advanced things. So I'm going to name the document Tech Tips, and I'm going to click OK. And then we have our normal stuff, our name, and a date, and the period, and all that stuff. So I don't know, if you didn't know this, just keep in mind this is very much like Microsoft Word. You can align the text up here. So I'm pushing it over to the right. I'm going to do my title. So center it right up here. And hit enter a couple times and align left. And hit tab to indent. Some people are still using spacebar. Just, try to encourage students to use tab. And this is my topic sentence, but I'm going to spell sentence wrong on purpose. Now, when you spell a word wrong, it'll become underlined, and one of the easiest ways to fix that is right-click on it, and it says, "Did you mean this?" So teach students this because it's pretty useful for them. Another thing is if you're using the Chromebooks, there is no right-click, so you'll have to Alt-click on it, and that'll do the same thing. And that's one way you can fix it. But what's really cool about this program, and I'm going to show you this using it, I have a separate computer opened up right now, is the sharing option. So if I go up here and I click on share, right now it says private, only I can view it. Right now I'm logged in as my Gmail account. I'm gonna share this with my Riverbank account, which is John Gianelli at riverbank.k12.ca.us. And you'll notice I'm using the full name, John Gianelli, instead of the J. Gianelli. And that's because this is tied to my school Gmail account. If you don't have one of those set up, and I know some teachers have not used it yet, I do encourage you to get in and explore that. Again, it's different than your school email account. This is your school Gmail account. So it's going to be your full name. So I click send. And now, I know you don't know that, you can't tell this, but I'm on another computer right now. I see that this just popped up as a shared file. And you're going to find that if you're in Google Drive, you go to share with me. And if you're in Google Docs, it'll actually just be here at the top. If it's shared with you, it'll be in your list of documents. So now this is, and you can see now there's another cursor here. So that's my other computer. So I got my cursor, and then I have the other computer's cursor. So I'm doing both of these. But you'll notice it just got highlighted, and it says, hey, who just highlighted this? It'll tell me the user who highlighted it. So if another student or whatever is viewing, it'll tell you what's happening. So that person noticed there's a spelling error. And what they can do is they can comment. And so on their end, I'll show you how to do this in a little bit. They're just going to put spelling right there and click the check mark. And now, boom, it just popped up on my machine that there is a spelling error. And I can click on this if I want, and I can say thanks or whatever. And on the other machine, I know you can't see this, but it just popped up that the owner of this file said thanks. And then I can click on it, right click, and fix the spelling error. And I can click resolve. And that person knows now that I've fixed the mistake or whatever, that they wanted me to change. Another cool thing is that I've shown you this before, but you can go in and you can see your revision history. If you go File, See Revision History. And I like to click on here, Show More Detailed Revisions, and every single little thing that's changed is shown right here, and it'll even tell you which user did it. The pink user is the one on the other computer, and the green user's here. So now if the pink user all of a sudden starts making some changes, so this is going to be happening on the other computer right now. If I can just close this out, there we go. So now the other computer is just going to type some nonsense, whatever. And I see that I'm not typing that on this computer. This is happening on my other on the other computer. This is from John Ginelli. So if I type some gibberish on my computer, if we go into our revision history again, show more detail, you can see that the red changes were made up by the other user, and I made the green changes. And if I don't like what the other user did, I can actually go back in time and say, hey, no, I'm happy with this. I'm going to click restore this version, and now boom, that's where I'm at. So it goes back in time and takes me to where I was before. So let's look at this from the flip side. I'm going to close out of this real quick, and I'm actually going to pause the video, and I'll tell you why in just a second. Okay, so I went ahead and I created on my other account a file called tech2. So I'm going to open up that right now. Now, I'm not the owner of this file. This is owned by someone else, and so when they're typing, this is what I see. So I'm just going to kind of show you the process of commenting from the other point of view. What does it look like when you're the person who makes the comments? So I will highlight the word world, and you can see that the other cursor is there from the other user on the other computer. And I'm going to just go over here where it says comments, and I'm just going to click comment. And I'm going to say, hey, spelling error, and then click comment. And now on their machine, they now have seen that pop up, and they are going to probably want to do something about it. So they can highlight that word, and they can reply to my comment and say thanks, and now you'll see how it will pop up over here once they click send, which they just did, and boom, instantly it pops up. They can then just go to fix it, and going over there right now. There we go. And then they can go into the comment and they can click resolve. So they just did that, and you'll notice that now the comments disappeared, and so that I know that they fixed that issue. So that's basically it. The only other thing I want to show you is that when you do share it, if you're having students share their work, they definitely want to give you the ability to edit. But let's say you want to have them share it with their peers. Change it to just can comment. And then they can type in the email account of the student who they want to share it with. And then that student will be able to look at it, to make comments on it, but they won't actually be able to change it. If they make inappropriate comments, as a teacher, you always got your history. So you can always go back and check if the student's complaining, hey, someone's messing with my document or whatever. Then you can pull it up and say, oh yeah, let me take a look at that, and then you'll be able to see what's been going on in their history. And if there's previous comments, you can actually see the ones that have been resolved. So they don't really go away. They don't really get deleted. They just kind of get stored. So yeah, this is just an excellent way for you guys to be doing writing in your classroom, and I really encourage you to try to use Google Docs as much as you can. If you need me to come in and show your students how to get started with it, I'd be happy to do so. Just send me an email. Thanks. Have a great week.